Hello, beautiful souls. It's me, Deloche, from Girl and Her Moon. Soon we will be having a new moon in Cancer. Now, this is the second moon in Cancer that we've had back to back. The first one was on the 20th of June 2020, where it was also a solar eclipse. So the second one is going to occur on the 19th or the 20th of this month, July 2020, in the fourth house, as the moon rules the fourth house. So July's new moon in Cancer may bring you a time to reflect and connect to your inner thoughts and feelings. It's a bit of an emotional time. So when the new moon occurs in Cancer, some of these more negative traits tend to come out and take hold of not just people with Cancer in their sun, moon, or ascending sign, but many other people, everyone basically, will also be susceptible to its influence. So the deeply emotional nature of Cancer will turn moody. So if you're empathic or you have those qualities, empathy can transform into being clinginess. Attachment turns into ever-present suspicion. And people with outgoing personalities will start brooding or pondering on the meaning of even the meaningless of life. And those people that you know that are upbeat and optimistic, well, you know, their attitude may suddenly turn into a gloomy and pessimistic kind of energy, you know, being pessimistic about life, the outlook on life. So generally people with Cancer in their chart are highly sensitive and empathic to the point of being deeply intuitive, and even to the point of being psychic. At the same time, the overly emotional personality can lack rational focus and can lead to thoughts and behaviors that are not easily understood or controlled. So these kind of situations are what we can expect during the new moon in Cancer, especially being the second Cancer moon back to back. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We're looking at where you have been moody. How can you control your emotions? Where do these emotions stem from? What vulnerabilities must you face? What in your life needs your tender loving care? What or who, maybe? Okay, so these are the things that we are going to look at. Now, I do have a 4-card layout, and I will be doing the tarot for each zodiac sign, basing these questions for each zodiac sign. So right now, collectively, we will be channeling the energies of the moon, the energies of the moon through the tarot, and connecting to the collective consciousness. If there is any guidance or messages from the upper realms, they shall be revealed. If there isn't, well, you know, if they will, it will be channeled. If it's not, we'll see them through the tarot cards anyway. Okay, so we'll start with the baby of the zodiac. I think I'm going to do it backwards once and see how it goes. So next time I'm going to start from Pisces, because poor Pisces has to wait until their sign, you know, is read. So today I'll start with Aries again, baby of the zodiac. And Aries is sitting in the fourth house of home, house, and family. Let's see what comes through for Aries. Four cards. Okay, 4 cards. We've got 4 cards. So where have you been moody, Aries? Okay. Now, what do I see here? What I'm seeing is the 6 of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth element cards. They relate to our physical, material, and 3-dimensional world. So everything that is contained within that. It's a very expansive type of theme with the earth element cards here. But the 6 in particular represents charity. Okay, so being charitable, charity, giving, generosity, sharing. So where have you been moody? Maybe in relation to being open to giving and receiving. Maybe you haven't been totally open to giving and receiving, Aries. Okay, so have a look at that. Maybe it's not you. Maybe that this is people that you are facing every day. Maybe they're being stingy with their affections or their time or their service or their finances, whatever it may be. I do see the flow of giving and receiving has made you feel a bit moody. So what I'm getting from the guides is they're saying, well, you know, if you are reflecting out, emanating out the energies, and you are getting the same in return. So maybe you have to look at yourself first, see how you've been doing that yourself first to be able to receive in return. Okay, so that's what's coming through with that first card. Let's have a look at the second card. Again, we've got an earth element card. Okay, so where do these emotions stem from? Okay, these emotions are stemming from being obsessive about work. Okay, so it's relating to work, hard work, and responsibility. Maybe feeling the responsibility of something where you feel you are in a spot where between a hard wall and a rock. Okay, you're putting all that responsibility in, that hard work in, feeling the responsibility, but because there wasn't enough giving and receiving, you felt a bit moody, and that's where it's stemming from. Okay, you're putting all the work in and you haven't been receiving the same coming back to you. Okay, you have to kind of look at the reason why that is happening. Is it because you are underestimating yourself? Is it because you are not valuing yourself enough? Okay, take a look at that. What vulnerabilities must you face, Aries? I have the Ace of Cups. Love, your heart. The Ace of Cups represents the heart. It's the emotion and feeling side of the human being, and it's about your emotional side. So if you felt like an emotional loss, or you felt creatively blocked, or you felt some emptiness, okay, what you must face is those things that are blocking you, or you're feeling empty. Why are you feeling empty? Once you do find the reason, you'll start having new feelings. Maybe spiritually, you'll be growing at the soul level. Your intuition will become more sharp during this time. Okay, especially during the Cancer new moon. That's when the portals are open to the other dimensions. Okay, the last card we have is the Two of Cups. So what in your life needs your tender loving care? Your unions, people that you connect to from the heart, maybe your other half, maybe the person that you are intimately involved with. It needs a lot of tender loving care. Okay, so yeah, more love, tender loving care. The more you give, the more you'll receive. It's like a reflection. The more you show, the more you will get. Okay, so your unions, the people that are close to you, people that you connect with at the heart level. This usually shows a union, like your other half. If you're single, it's probably like friends or family. Okay, so people that you connect with at the heart level, they need your tender loving care. You've probably been distancing yourself from them lately, and it's time to connect again at the heart level. Okay, so that's for you, Aries. Okay, so Taurus. Next we have Taurus. Taurus, you're in the 3rd house, and it's about learning and communication. Okay, so communication, we just recently had Mercury retrograde that was affecting communication, etc. Now you're more free to go forward. Now, people that have been born during a time when they had Mercury in retrograde motion, this can be a little bit stifling for them because they feel more free flowing when they do have that Mercury retrograde season. It helps them to resolve things much easily. But nevertheless, when Mercury is going forward, it does help everyone go forward. Okay, so Taurus, what is it that you'll be learning and communicating with the Cancer new moon? Okay, so let's have a look and see what comes through for you. 4 cards. Okay, so the first card we have is the Death card. Now, where have you been moody, Taurus? When you were faced with a major transformation just recently in your life. Okay, maybe you went through a major transformation just recently, but this is a good transformation. It just means that you're going up a level, okay? You're growing at a soul level. The old way of you has been, it's completed. Now this is a new way of you, okay? This is the new you coming out. So it probably did leave you a little bit feeling moody and unpredictable because transformations are not easy processes, okay? So if you've been through it without being moody, I'll give you a clap and say bravo to you. But from my experience, having 3 Taurians around me, even my cat, that's the 4th one, yeah, they've been very moody. Okay, so that's what it shows, because you have been going through a major transformation in your life. Something was released, and something new has been gained just recently. I would say it happened in about a week or so. Okay, so that's what's coming through. Next card we have is the Lovers card. Okay, so where do these emotions stem from? Relating to relationships or unions or love, relating to love. Have you been having a hard time with love recently? Have you broken up with someone that you care for and you can't forget them? Well, the transformation, the major transformation that you went through represents you are moving forwards, okay? Moving forwards. This also represents choices within your life, okay? So it's not just relating to love, it's also relating to certain choices in life in general that you haven't been able to make. Okay, it just shows that now that you have grown at a soul level, made that transformation, you can make better choices. Okay, the next card I have is the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles represents the three-dimensional material and physical world and everything that is contained in that, even time. Okay, so everything. So what vulnerabilities must you face? You must take a good look at your life, okay, and be real about it, because the earth elements are about reality, and it's saying take a good look at your life and be real about it. Be real about the way you communicate. What are you learning? Is it worth it? Is it going to help you to progress? Because what you have recently learned that has transformed you to be able to make choices, how you communicate with loved ones, how you communicate with people where you're going forwards in your life. Look at your life. Take a good look at your life. How have you been communicating? What have you been learning? What you learned, was it good for you? Did it help you? Do you need to keep going with your learning? Is this new thing that is intriguing that you have been presented with that you should learn? Should you go forward with it? I feel like there is spiritual growth in that. Something new that has been like presented to you just recently. Something spiritual, something at maybe healing. Okay, so something that is totally different to the normal, something totally different. Okay, and you're wondering whether you should go ahead with it or not. I would say go ahead with it, because you've gone through a major transformation and it is going to help you to grow at a soul level, maybe help you to unlock certain things within yourself. You'll be able to learn how to communicate not only with your words, but with your heart. Okay, so that's what's coming through with that card. Fourth card, the Knight of Swords. So what in your life needs your tender loving care? Again, we're getting your actions. What kind of actions have you been taking? You know, have you been suddenly communicating your thoughts in a way that is hurtful? Have you been aggressively talking back to someone and hurting their feelings? Do you feel like people have been attacking you? You feel like you've been under pressure? Well, you need tender loving care yourself, as well as the people that you have been hurting, that you regret later on. Okay, so a lot of people around you that you have been suddenly just blasting them off. They need tender loving care, and so do you. You need tender loving care, so give tender loving care to yourself. Okay, tell yourself that you love yourself and you are worth everything in the world, because you have this amazing vehicle that is the body that contains everything in it. Okay, you are worth it. This is your birthright. You are worth it. You're worth having tender loving care. You're worth being loved. You're worth being given that emotion. Okay, do not deny that emotion to yourself, from yourself and others, but don't forget not to hurt anyone's feelings by blasting them off, suddenly acting in an impulsive way and hurting their feelings. Make sure that you, if you have done that, give them tender love and care. Okay, so that's for you, Taurus. Okay, so the next sign we have is Gemini. Gemini is in the second house and it relates to material values and security. So material values, your own possessions, your own earnings, etc. Your own, it's not shared, it's your own material possessions, values, and your security. Let's see what comes through for you. 4 cards for Gemini. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Swords. Now, where have you been moody, Gemini? You have been moody. Whoops, that just fell. Okay. You have been moody relating to situations that you wanted to pursue, but it just did not work out. Okay, it's like you've done everything. You've collected all you need to get this ball rolling, but people have just moved on. They didn't even acknowledge it. They just moved on. It's like you feel like you can't move forward. You feel like you're stuck. And it makes you feel moody because it seems like no matter what you do, it just doesn't seem to move forward. Okay, that is what you have been feeling moody about. Now, where do these emotions stem from? These emotions are stemming from a situation where you feel like you had to fight for, a situation you had to fight for, you had to like battle for it, you had to compete for it, you felt like it's something that you had to just get in there and just fight for your rights or whatever it is. It was like a very, very tiring process, and that is the reason why you're feeling moody, because you haven't seen any results yet. Okay? So what vulnerabilities must you face? Okay, if you feel like you feel like you are not valuable, if you feel like you've been stomped on, if you feel like a voodoo doll, if you feel like you've just fallen flat on your face and you can't move forwards any longer because nothing seems to be working lately, okay? You feel insecure. Well, this card is saying that this is the worst it can get. The only way up from now on is up. There is no other way. You've hit rock bottom. There is no other way. So you are feeling vulnerable. Face your vulnerabilities, your fears, your anxieties, your limitations. All of these swords represents what you contain in your head, what you think. They could also be illusions in your head. Okay, so you've made this journey turn out like this. You've actually brought this onto yourself. So what this is saying is that you've hit rock bottom. This is the worst it can get. It can't get any worse than this. The only way you can move forward is stand upright, and move forwards. And releasing all of those anxieties, worries, disappointments, limitations, whatever they may be, blockages, delays. Okay, regardless of all of those, you need to get up and move forwards. Okay, so what in your life needs your tender loving care? your inner self, your intuition, your higher self, the spiritual side of you, okay, needs tender loving care. You need to go into your heart. That's where the emotions are. You need to go into your heart. That's where your intuition is. That's where your higher self speaks to you from. So what you need to do is meditate, get in touch, be more contemplative, go inwards, contemplate, meditate, bring all of that deep stuff out. Okay? So that's what's coming through for you, Gemini. Okay, so the next sign we have is Cancer. Cancer, you're in the first house, and the first house is all about the self, the ego, the expression, the realizing yourself, understanding who you are, expressing yourself. This could relate to you expressing yourself through your appearance. There could be a lot happening. So let's have a look and see what the cards show for you. Okay, we've got the Moon card. The Moon card has come through, and that's Cancer sign. I keep dropping them, not meant to drop them. Okay, so the first card we have is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess represents Cancer. She is ruled by the moon. Okay, and you can see the moon up there as well. It could be like a scrying ball as well. The High Priestess is known as the sorceress that knows everything about the universe. She's carrying the book, the Akashic records, in her hand. She knows how to solve any mystery. She's very knowledgeable, she's very wise, and she represents your inner self as well as secrets that you carry within yourself that you weren't even aware of. So where have you been moody, Cancer? You have been moody with your inner self, your intuition, your emotions. You have been moody because your emotions have been heightened by this moon. Almost psychic, okay? Maybe even psychic, okay? So you have been moody because you are getting some sort of enlightenment through the universe. You're becoming more psychic, more aware, more open to the upper realms. Okay, and this has made you moody because it's not an easy process of, getting more information put into you, and you don't even know what it is, because it also represents secrets, this card. You don't even know what it is. You don't know how to act with it. The flow of that energy, it's just making you feel unpredictable and unsettled. But once you do become predictable and settled with these energies, you will have amazing information. Something will be unlocked within you. Something within you that was a secret, deep down, you will be more aware of it. Okay? What's the second card? So where do these emotions stem from? These emotions are stemming from you not speaking your truth, denying the reality of you having these feelings, these feeling energies, seeing things or hearing things, or having a feeling of being in another dimension. The new moon represents a portal being open to the other realms. So you are susceptible to the energies, but you're denying. You are running away with it. You are running away from it, actually. You're running away from it. You're afraid of it because you've got all of these fears and anxieties that you're carrying with you and saying, they keep me safe. My fears keep me safe because I don't want to see, I don't want to hear, I don't want to feel, I don't want to acknowledge all of these new feelings. You are growing at a soul level. You're becoming more aware of what is not seen. You're becoming more psychic. And because of your fears, you are denying the truth to yourself. Okay, so that's what this card is saying. That's why you are feeling moody. So what vulnerabilities must you face? If people start talking, gossiping, or saying weird things to you, maybe saying that you're weird, or weird is good, normal is boring. So this is saying that if people talk, if they say things to upset you, if they have been expressing their thoughts in an immature kind of way, just shake them off. Don't respond back to them because they can't perceive what you have perceived. Okay, so move forwards. Don't look back. Okay? So what in your life needs your tender loving care? Okay, so we've got the 8 of Wands here. The 8 of Wands is saying that you need to give your physical body tender loving care. You have been, this can represent your muscles, okay, your legs, your muscles, your limbs, tender loving care. So your body needs some tender loving care. Have you been pushing yourself around quickly or a lot, running around a lot? Has it been very busy just lately? It's time to relax. Give yourself and the people around you tender loving care. Okay? Do not push. Do not rush. Do not panic. Slow down. Also with your words. I do see with your words as well. You need to express yourself in a way that this is known as the arrows of love. The way you communicate with people. The way you put your words on that social media account, you know, when you talk with people, or when you put in a like and you put a little, you know, note next to it, a message. Do it with a lot of love, a lot of tender loving care. Okay, so that's what's coming through with that card for you, Cancer. The guides are also saying it's time for you to go and get maybe a haircut or something like that. Do something about the way you look, your appearance, okay? A lot of tender loving care relating to you. So slow down, okay? Slow down. Give yourself tender loving care and give yourself a lot of, you know, go get a haircut or do something for yourself, okay? Okay, so that was Cancer. The next sign we have is Leo, and Leo is in the 12th house. The 12th house is the subconscious. It's all about things like psychological issues, secrets, illusions, la la land, fairy tale land. things like that. So let's have a look and see what comes through for Leo. 4 cards for Leo. Oops, drop those. Okay, so the first card we have is the Tower card. The Tower card. This card is not a gentle card. Okay, so where have you been moody, Leo? Well, the Tower card is saying that everything that you have been going through lately, okay, see how the lightning struck, the tower falls, there's fire and smoke and the tower crumbling down, people are falling out of the tower. It's not a gentle card. This card is like shock. Okay, it's like shock. Where have you been feeling moody? You've been feeling moody with a lot of things happening around you. You're feeling like a lot of disaster is happening around you. What's happening around you, Leo? It's like upheaval, and there's a lot of foundational shifts in the world lately with the pandemic and everything. It's been really affecting you, hasn't it? Maybe in your personal life it's been like that as well. This is like a general look. So, yeah, what's been happening around the world has been really affecting you. So, you've been trying to avoid disaster, trying to avoid and delay all of that because of fear of suffering, fear of being sucked into what's happening around the world. It's just been too much for you. It feels like you're in a movie, you're watching a movie, but it's actually real. Okay, so that's where you have been feeling moody, because you don't know what is real and what is not. And you being in the 12th house, it's like, you know, illusions or fairyland or, you know, make-believe. Okay, so that's what it feels like for you. So where do these emotions stem from? Well, we've got the 4 of Cups here. That represents the emotions. Okay, the cups represents the emotions and feelings. Where do these stem from? It stems from feeling disconnected from everyone else. Okay, feeling that disconnection. Feeling disconnected where you're feeling bored as well. It's like, this is boring. I need to connect. I need to do something in life. It could be also like delaying of work and business and connecting with the people you love, connecting with the community. Okay, that's where it's all coming from, because you feel disconnected. Okay, and you feel boredom as well. That's another thing. Okay. The third card we have is this one. So what vulnerabilities must you face? You must face your fears, your anxieties. Okay. Transitioning, moving up. Your frequency is changing. You are going upwards in the world. So what you must face is this transitioning point in life. You're transitioning. You are moving on. You are going upwards. You're going somewhere that is more calmer, more peaceful. But in the meantime, what you need to do is resolve any kind of issues or release the idea of resisting transitioning. You have to resist, you have to release the resistance. These swords are all your conditionings, your mindful beliefs, your fears and anxieties. You have to release them to be able to move forward with ease. You will eventually move forward where it's more calmer, more peaceful, away from this chaotic situation. See the waves there? Choppy waves, choppy waters, but it's more peaceful out there. Well, for you to be able to get there quickly and with ease, you need to release all of these swords. Okay? So those are the vulnerabilities that you have to face. You have to face the fears and anxieties, etc. Facing your fears, facing your anxieties, facing your conditionings, family, cultural, societal conditionings. Do they support you anymore? Probably not. You have to learn to move away from them now. So what in your life needs tender, loving care? Your hopes. Okay, your hopes, your beliefs about the future being better. Okay, not losing hope that the future is going to be better. The star card represents wishing upon a star and believing something will be better. Believing that you will attain your desires, believing that you will manifest a brighter future. So that is what you need. You need to give tender, loving care to your beliefs, your hopes. Okay? It feels like as if you have lost hope. So that's what's coming through with the cards for you, Leo. Okay. Next we have is Virgo, and Virgo, you're in the 11th house, and this relates to friendships, associations, groups, ideals and causes, community. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you, Virgo. Okay. So, where have you been moody, Virgo? You have been feeling moody because of a traditional outlook, traditional mindset, a traditional belief. It started not to be satisfactory anymore, and you have felt that this is not the right way to go. Okay, so because of that, you have been feeling moody, or you have looked at the general public, the way where you live, the way people have been living, the way people have been living until now, and things have changed. I mean, people have to wear masks now when they go out, for instance, for example. And seeing these changes have made you feel a little bit moody. But also seeing people that do not abide with those changes have also made you moody. Okay, so it's like, why don't people just do what they have to do? Okay, and also specifically relating to groups that are, spiritual groups or religious groups that are not satisfactory anymore. You have been feeling moody because of the beliefs. The belief system is not supporting you anymore in some way. Okay, so maybe you're finding some contradictory things within the belief. Okay, and it's been making you feel moody in some way. Okay, the next card we have is the Queen of Pentacles. So where do these emotions stem from? Now, the Queen of Pentacles, she's quite wise. Okay, so she's very grounded, down to earth, and she looks at her reality. Okay, it's probably because you have been looking at everything in a real way and looking at reality, but you have been seeing that the people around you are changing. They're becoming different. A lot of people are becoming more, they're having some sort of spiritual ascension. And to you, this is probably feeling a little bit out of your limit. And you're looking at your reality and you're looking at what's happening around you, contemplating, educating yourself, looking at the details, wondering why it's happening this way, trying to link it with the earth in some way, linking it with your physical body in some way, trying to find answers. Okay, that is the reason why you have been feeling moody, but also about what's happening around the world as well. Okay, you're looking at the world, you're dissecting everything, you're looking at the rules and regulations. Are they working? Are they not working? So many things happening at the same time. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why you are feeling so moody, and that's where the emotions are stemming from, because you're not looking at things in a holistic kind of way. You're looking at things in a reality kind of way, and when you can't connect the dots with the people around you, what they're going through, or maybe like, you know, friends or groups that you're involved in, seeing the differences in some people, you're feeling like something is not right, but is it them or is it you? Okay, and that is the reason why you have been feeling moody. So what vulnerabilities must you face? Four of Wands. What you need to do is you need to go inwards. Even though you may not, this may not serve you as you may think, because this is relating to the mind, okay? You may think, no, I can't do this. This is not for me. Give me something to write and I'll write it. But if it relates to meditating, I can't do it. But you know what? You'll do it better than anyone else. Okay, so you will be able to do it. Okay, yeah, so your vulnerabilities that you must face is releasing all of those thoughts that you are attaching yourself to and going inwards, connecting with the higher realms, meditating. You will be enlightened. So, what in your life needs tender loving care? You do. It feels like you've put all of these responsibilities on your back. You have felt like you were crawling with everything pushing you down, all of those responsibilities pushing you down from your daily routines to everything, okay? And it felt like maybe the people around you have been also doing that too, okay? So it's good to be involved with the people around you, with groups or associations, or if you have a cause that you are, you know, you want to be involved in for the betterment of humanity or the world in some way. But this is saying you've been putting so much onto yourself. Too much responsibilities. You need to release all of those and get up and move forward on your own life's journey. Okay, think of yourself first and then everyone else. Who cares if they've got a messy room or whatever? Who cares if they're not looking at the details? Okay, you need to get up and move forwards with your own life. Release all those responsibilities. Let everyone else take their own responsibilities. So that's coming through for you, Virgo. Okay, so next we have Libra. Libra, you're in the 10th house, and The 10th house is about career, prestige, and reputation. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you with the tarot. Oh, okay. So, we've got this card first. Where have you been feeling moody? Where have you been moody, Libra? This relates to your leadership qualities, okay? So your leadership position. You've been feeling moody because everyone wants to be a leader in some way, but you know that you are the one that is for the job. This relates to your career, your reputation, okay? How people see you. You're meant to be there. Or are you meant to be there? Or are you pushing yourself to be there? Are you being overbearing? Okay? Maybe there's someone around you who is overbearing and someone who's impulsive or has impossible expectations from you. Maybe you're like that. You have been overbearing and had impossible expectations from others because of your position. You didn't want to let go of your position. But this has made you moody. Okay? The King of Wands is a leader in his position. So where do these emotions stem from? Unhealthy habits, unhealthy beliefs, unhealthy addictions or mindsets. Maybe you're very materialistic, or you just want people to do exactly what you want them to do. Okay? So these emotions are stemming from unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy beliefs, unhealthy mindsets, unhealthy connections, or the way you communicate with people, the way you want people to be, etc. Okay, so that's where all of these emotions stem from. What vulnerabilities must you face? Page of Swords. So, you have to stop having this curious and restless mind. You've got a lot of mental energy. So, you have to stop that. That's your vulnerability that you have to face. You have to stop being so curious. You have to stop being... stop having this restless mental energy. Okay, it's not going to get you anywhere. And also you have to stop manipulating or being manipulated. And if someone's all talk and no action, put them in their position. Or if you're doing that, you have to stop doing that, just to be in your leading, in that leadership position within your career, or within your position where you are. Okay, you have to stop pushing people around and being immature about it as well, because this card also represents immaturity. It's a page. So what in your life needs your tender loving care? We have the Tower card. Tower card is a very hard card. It's a very strong card. What in your life needs tender loving care? It keeps falling. If you have a fear of suffering deep down, if you're afraid deep down in some way, if you're afraid of disaster, all of these emotions, they need tender loving care. Okay, you need tender loving care in regards to that. Your emotions need tender loving care. Otherwise you'll end up blowing with emotions. You know, it will just overflow. It will just, it's like lightning struck. You know, it's like bang, emotions just all over the place. So it's like a volcano erupting. So what you need to do is you need to give your emotions tender loving care and say, it's okay to feel unsafe. It's okay to feel a fear of suffering. Okay? It's okay to feel like everything's a disaster. It's okay if things are, the foundations under my feet are shifting and I'm afraid of it. It's okay to feel these because I'm only human. So give yourself tender loving care. Okay? So that's for you, Libra. Okay, so next we've got Scorpio. Scorpio is in the 9th house. And the 9th house is related to travel, higher learning, and philosophy of life. And many more, of course. But those are the base things relating to the 9th house. Let's see what comes through the tarot for you, Scorpio. Okay, so where have you been moody, Scorpio? Okay, so if you had a desire to manifest something, or if you had your hopes regarding some sort of travel, or you maybe did travel, but it didn't turn out exactly the way you wanted it to be, or you couldn't travel because it was restricted, but you know, eventually you had hopes on regarding some sort of movement, but it didn't turn out exactly the way you desired or envisioned in some way. That's probably why you've been feeling moody. Okay, that's what this card is saying. So where do these emotions stem from? They could stem from something relating to your, for instance, say you did end up going somewhere, it didn't really turn out the way you expected to, where you had to put in a lot of effort, maybe you had to work hard, and instead of having this envisioned travel that you had in your mind, you ended up working hard or being responsible for something. Okay, so or if you didn't end up traveling or moving forward somewhere, or even if you had your hopes on learning something, you realize that it's going to be something that you have to work hard on, and it is up to you to be able to complete that. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of responsibility, and this was not what you envisioned. Okay, that's what's coming through with this card, and those are the emotions that makes you moody. Okay, because you wanted something where you could just go there, travel, feel the expansive energies, but you ended up with more responsibilities, or felt like it will end up with a lot more responsibilities, and not as fun as you expected it to be. Okay, so that's what this card is saying. There was hardly any movement. Okay. Okay, so the next card is saying, what vulnerabilities must you face? Got the Six of Swords here. Okay, the Six of Swords is saying, well, for you to be able to get to your destination, you need to learn to move forward. Okay, you need to learn to move forward from things that maybe don't support you anymore. Okay, so it could be like, okay, you wanted to travel somewhere or you wanted to learn something, but you realize that it's either too much work or too much responsibility, or it's not moving forwards, and you realize that the only way you can go forwards is by releasing some sort of belief that when you get there it's going to be a certain way. So don't have expectations. If you're moving forwards regarding, say, some sort of education or wanting to go somewhere to do some sort of education, this is saying don't have expectations. It may not turn out exactly the way you thought the things that you wanted will turn out. There is a lot of hard work involved. There is also a lot of responsibility involved, especially regarding the education. But when it comes to traveling, maybe you're going to go somewhere where you stay with family and friends, and you may end up doing most of the chores or something like that, and it's not fun. Okay, but what this is saying is you have to realize that a lot of things are changing relating to education and travel, and you have to release your old beliefs. That's where the vulnerabilities are. You need to release your old beliefs about travel and education. Okay, things are changing and you're transitioning anyway. Okay, transitioning. So what in your life needs tender loving care? Okay, if there are people around you that need your generosity, if there are people around you that need some sort of charity, okay, charity work, people that have lost someone, maybe they've lost a family member, they've lost maybe money, or went bankrupt, whatever it may be, maybe they're separated from loved ones, etc. The people around you will need your tender loving care and support. Okay, so that's what this card is saying. Okay, so that's for you, Scorpio. Next card we have is Sagittarius. Sorry, next sign we have is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is in the 8th house. And the 8th house is about meeting needs, life secrets, and joint resources. Let's have a look and see what the cards say. So 4 cards for Sagittarius. Having the same sword cards coming through all the time. So this is for Sagittarius. Okay, the first card we have is the 2 of Pentacles. Pentacles relate to our physical, material, and 3-dimensional world. So Sagittarius, if you have been always balancing things in your life, in your family, making decisions, prioritizing, being adaptable to everyone's moods and unpredictable ways of reacting, you have been the one that's been like juggling everyone around. Well, it seems like you have been moody because you've had a loss of balance in some way. Okay, you're feeling overwhelmed and disorganized, and it's just been too overwhelming. So that's where you have been feeling moody, okay? And where do these emotions stem from? These emotions are stemming from you wanting you time. You just want to go to sleep. You just want to take a break. You just want to be on your own. You just want to just sit there or meditate or take a nap, take a break, go on holiday on your own. It's like you just want to be on your own. You don't want anyone around you. Okay, so it's like deep down, you know, in your mind's eye, deep down, the secret is that you want you time. Okay, and it could be that your joint resources are draining you as well. So you just feel like you want to be on your own. You don't want anyone around you. So what vulnerabilities must you face? Whatever it is that holds you back, puts you in this position, self-victimization. You're putting yourself in this position because you're taking up everyone's responsibility. You're doing everything for everyone. You're earning money for them. You're doing the chores. You're doing the prioritizing and making decisions. Da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Too much work. Tying yourself into this position. Okay? And because you're doing all of this for everyone, no one is saying thank you. No one is acknowledging you. They're taking you for granted, and what's happening is you're feeling like you're limited, you're not good enough. You're starting to get all of these mindsets and beliefs that you're not good enough. You're never going to achieve this or that or whatever the people around you are putting in your mind. And you're restricting yourself from moving forwards. You're better than that. You're the sign of justice. Okay? You treat everyone else fairly, but when they don't treat you fairly, you kind of go in a cocoon like this and end up putting yourself in this martyr type of position where you just limit yourself because you can't let go of the people around you. Fear of loss, fear of losing the loved ones, losing the people around you. Okay, so these are the vulnerabilities that you need to face, Sagittarius. So what in your life needs your tender loving care? We have the Queen of Cups. You and your emotions, your heart needs tender loving care. Your emotions, your mind. The Queen of Cups here shows you. It shows you being depressed and you need tender loving care. You need someone to show you their gratitude, their appreciation. You need healing at all levels, especially the emotions, especially the heart. Do not close your heart. Keep your heart open. Okay, so that's what's coming through with that card. Okay, so next we have Capricorn. Capricorn, you're in the 7th house, and the 7th house relates to relationships, partnerships, and marriage. Basically, it represents relationships that are binded by some sort of contract, like a marriage contract or a business contract. Okay, so You're in the 7th house. Let's see what comes through for you, Capricorn. Okay. So the very first card we have is the Five of Swords. Where have you been moody, Capricorn? We have the Five of Swords here, and it's saying that if you have been pushing for success in regards to the people around you, your partnerships or your marriage, or the people that you are committed to, okay, this is saying that there is probably a lingering resentment within you, okay, and you desire to reconcile with them, or desire to forgive, even if you've pushed them away in some way, okay, if you're already attached. If you're single, maybe you'll be remembering your ex, or thinking about them, why things ended, etc. If you didn't have a relationship, you're probably thinking about, I wonder what it's going to be like when I have a relationship. Wonder who it is. Okay, that kind of thing. It's kind of starts to make you moody, because you're seeing like examples around you, people being in a marriage or in a relationship, and how they are, etc., etc. And if you're if you're seeing examples that are good examples, you're feeling moody because you really want that too, and you're desiring that. But if you're seeing examples that are bad, and you're like really confused, and it's making you moody because you don't know whether you want a relationship or not anymore. But if you are in a relationship, you probably, like maybe you were kind of like hurt each other's feelings, or pushed each other away, and you're kind of feeling the resentment and want to like forgive and forget and make up, etc. Okay, that's the reason why you have been feeling moody. What's the next card? Six of Swords. So we're going from Five of Swords to Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is saying, where do these emotions stem from? The emotions are stemming from a point where you're transitioning, okay? So you're leaving something behind, and you're moving on from some sort of emotional baggage or unresolved issues. So if you do resist this transitioning, it will also make you moody. So if there has been like a breakup and you're transitioning from this, it'll make you moody. But if you are still attached and you're transitioning from the way you used to be to a better way of being, if there have been still some unresolved issues, and it is like a niggling thought in your mind, see, all those swords are like niggling thoughts in your mind, or beliefs that you are really attached to and you won't let go. Not being flexible, well, or being very stubborn. Yeah, that is probably the reason why these emotions are stemming from, and that is the reason why you're becoming moody. Okay. So what vulnerabilities must you face? Okay. The Ten of Wands. These are the spirit cards. They're fire element cards. The Ten of Wands represents, it can represent, being reckless or impulsive, or feeling burnt out, unwilling to delegate. So your vulnerabilities are like, if people wanted you to be part of something and you didn't want to, or you felt stressed out, or feeling impulsive with your actions, okay? Anger issues, okay? Responsibility. If you have a fear of responsibility, so vulnerabilities you must face. Fear of responsibility, fear of burden. These are the things that you need to face, okay? So, and also, if you have been angry or impulsive or reckless or due to being stressed out or burnt out, and you've hurt other people's feelings, these are also vulnerabilities where you turn around and say, you apologize, okay? That is also coming through. The next card we have is the Sun card. This is a very positive card. So what in your life needs your tender, loving care? The child within you needs your tender, loving care. Okay, the child within you. So go in, find that little girl or little boy and give them tender, loving care. Okay, that's very important. So that is for you, Capricorn. Okay, so next we've got Aquarius. Aquarius is in the 6th house. It relates to work environment, duties at home, routine, health issues or health, and pets. So let's see what comes through for Aquarius. I know I've had a rotator cuff tear and I'm Aquarius, so okay. Okay, so very first card I have is the Chariot card. So where have you been moody lately, Aquarius? We have the Chariot, and the Chariot is saying, have you been having problems with your car? Okay, so work environment. Okay, so it could relate to traveling to work with your car, maybe wanting to buy a new car, maybe wanting to change your car, or something about the car, movement, duties. Maybe you're out of alignment and your routine is out of alignment. Something is out of alignment, or it's moving too fast, or it's not as fast as you want it to be. There probably has been people traveling towards you where your routine has kind of become upside down. Maybe you've had some health issues that were making you not be able to move forward as easily. Okay. Have you had problems with your pets? Okay. That has been like making your daily routines upside down, or work routine upside down in some way. Okay, so I do see all of that, a lot of things happening, whether it's happening too fast, people coming your way, you going somewhere, or not being able to go anywhere, or problems with a car, or problems with pets, things like that. So yeah, maybe you've had a lot of people over lately, they've been traveling your way, okay, and your routine has gone all over the place. Okay, so I see that with this card. And that's probably why you're feeling moody. But what does it, where do these emotions stem from? Okay. They stem from a past memory. Okay. So, a past memory where you probably felt like, something that you experienced in a past memory where things didn't go ahead as you wanted. Things were blocked. It wasn't a very good memory, and you're afraid the same things are going to happen again, or you have responsibilities towards your children, or something that happened in the past reappeared again relating to your health issue. Okay, something similar happened in the past and it's happening again, and it's kind of like making your energies go all over the place. It's like really putting your daily routines out of whack. Okay, and that's where these emotions are stemming from. It's like, it's too much, I can't handle it. Maybe you had some sort of healing done that does go into the past to heal you from past experiences or past issues, and that's where these emotions are also coming from. Okay, so what vulnerabilities must you face? Your vulnerabilities are that you're not much of a routine type person. You don't have a set routine. You dislike routines. You're like a free-flowing type person. Independently, doing whatever you want, whenever you want. And your vulnerabilities are relating to prioritizing, planning, and balancing situations. These are your vulnerabilities. Maybe you're feeling disorganized, organizing things, and you're feeling disorganized and you're feeling overwhelmed. These are the vulnerabilities that you have to face. You have to face them so that you can balance and prioritize. You're quite adaptable. You can adapt. Okay, use your adaptable qualities, and even if you're not organized, don't take up every responsibility onto your back. Let other people also do something for you. Okay, let them do what they have to do as well. So your vulnerabilities that you have to face is being disorganized and overwhelmed from your routine being out of place because of other people or other situations or other issues or other occurrences that are making you go upside down, basically. Okay? And what in your life needs your tender love and care? Okay, I do see that if you have your own business, it needs your tender love and care. It needs time that you give to it. If you are your career, your work, it needs your tender love and care because you haven't been giving it as much love lately. And also, if there is a specific man in your life who is a very generous person and caring person and has been very helpful around you, this person also needs a lot of tender loving care as well. Okay, so that's for you, Aquarius. Okay, so next we have Pisces. That's the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces, you're in the 5th house, and the 5th house is all about fun, recreation, romance, and creativity. It also represents children. Okay, so 5th house, let's see what comes through for you. Whoops. Okay, so the first card we have is the 10 of Cups, which relates to the emotions and feelings. Cups are the hearts. So, where have you been moody? Have you been moody in your family? Have you not been able to feel the happiness lately? Has there been like a lack of inner happiness or lack of fulfillment in some way? Because of that, you've been feeling moody, or something that you wanted to happen didn't happen and it was like your dreams just shattered. Is that the reason why you've been moody? Have you been moody because family members are not being supportive? Okay. Are you being moody because people around you are not fun enough? Okay, something like that is coming through. Next card, the Hierophant. This is like the priest. So where do these emotions stem from? Okay, so if something in your life has happened just recently where you have to kind of abide by the traditional ways. Okay, traditional ways, the way society accepts it. You have to go by the rules. It's not fun, is it? It's not, it doesn't feel fun. Okay, but it could also represent your spiritual side pushing through. Okay, so where do these emotions stem from? You feeling a lack of fun or interest, where your creativity is not peaked, or you feel like there's something better out there in the spiritual world. Okay, that's where these emotions are stemming from, because you don't want to go with the traditional way. You want it to be a little bit more creative and fun, and you're looking at your spiritual side more. Okay, and if you cannot express your spiritual side because of fear of it not being accepted by the traditionally known ways, it's kind of like making you feel moody because it's like blocking you. Okay, so that's what's coming through. The next card we have is the 4 of Cups. What vulnerabilities must you face? Your boredom. Do you feel bored? Do you feel a lack of creativity? Apathy. Your vulnerabilities that you must face is choosing happiness. You have to choose happiness. You have to accept what is. You have to be aware of who you are. Okay? Be aware of what you're capable of. Do not push down your abilities. You're very open to the energies. You're very psychic, you're aware, but you're pushing it down because it is not accepted in society. You are blocking yourself, your creativity, which could be really fun for you. When I say creativity, I mean your spiritual side, where you can manifest and so on. Okay? Because you're pushed to look at your reality, close yourself off, not open yourself to the energies, and you're not aware of what's out there. You are aware, but you're saying, no, I don't want to know, because this is not the normal way of being. But normal is not fun. Okay? So what in your life needs your tender loving care? People around you. If you have a specific soulmate, a partner who loves you, cares for you, okay? You also need tender loving care yourself, where if you feel the fear of change, okay, you have to give yourself tender loving care, where you can open yourself to growth and expansion. Allow yourself to be who you are. Give yourself tender loving care. But don't forget your other half if you're committed to someone. A soulmate could be a friend, okay? It could even be a pet. So that's for you, Pisces. And thank you.